Chat with Michelle. Hola everybody. Hello. Selamat siang semuanya. Welcome once again ke Isolate Show. So glad to have you guys here. Today topiknya adalah about being strong atau kuat ya. Dan menurut gue sih semua orang ada kekuatan masing-masing, tapi nggak harus secara fisik, tapi ada sesuatu dalam hal kita yang buat kita adalah kuat ya kan. Hi Ingrid, thank you for joining. So anyways, hari ini gue akan ngobrol dengan seorang wanita yang kuat, namanya adalah Michelle Quan. Dia bukan orang Indonesia, makanya interview akan bahasa Inggris. Hi Michael Ivan, thank you for joining us ya. Dia adalah seorang refugee dari Vietnam asalnya. Kita akan ngobrol how did she end up in Indonesia. And also a lot of things basically about ngobrol. Soalnya dia entrepreneur, she's an athlete, she's she's a mom, just a lot of things. Hi Ing Ing. Right, so let's talk to her about a lot of things. Kalau ada question, jangan lupa tanya aja ya. And jangan lupa giveaway-nya sangat seru banget. Adalah dua hal ya. Pertama adalah makeup kit from Michelle because she's also makeup artist. Very very good one. Hi Shirley. And the second one is we'll be giving away bird's nest atau sarang burung, which is of course you know it's expensive tapi it's yummy and also very healthy. Jadi stay tune ya, bagi yang nonton akan diundi namanya untuk jadi dapat giveaway. Anyway, gue gak bakal berpanjang-panjang lebar. I'm gonna guys, it's gonna be an interesting topic. Hi Ing Ing. Hi Lee. Hello Michelle. Good afternoon.
Hi. Can you see me well?
Yes, can you?
I can see you very clearly. How are you, Grace?
Well, I'm great. So thank you for being here. And you look beautiful. You look glowing.
I've got nothing on my skin right now except for my LT Pro Perfect Glow. So, you know, if you want a little bit of a SOS on your skin, just put moisturizer and the LT Pro and you're done.
I probably did that because my face looks really pale compared to yours.
I have to sell my product, right?
Yeah, but Michelle, let's get right to it, right? A lot of people here probably do not know your background. So can you share a bit, but in a very brief sense, because we're going to dissect each one of them, where you're born and you know all the journey to the point how you end up in Indonesia or Surabaya to be more specific.
Okay, I'm Australian born Chinese Vietnamese and my parents are refugees from Vietnam. So I was really privileged to be born in Australia and had the priority of living in Australia, raising there. Then I met my husband through university and through love or stupidity, I don't know what it is. You were young, you were stupid at one stage in your life, and yes, he conned me into Indonesia. So I've been in Indonesia for the last 18 years now.
Okay, Surabaya to be specific, am I correct?
Yes, Surabaya.
Okay.
Surabaya.
Okay, all right. Just now you said that your parents were refugees, right? And you were born in Australia. So I have to correct them because I thought you were born in Vietnam and you came as a refugee.
No.
Did they tell you what they had to escape from Vietnam to escape to Australia? What did they have to escape from?
War, death, famine, violence. They risk their own lives. Can you imagine the whole country risking everything, including their life, to escape a country? That was how traumatizing and bad it was at that time. And
okay.
Many people didn't make it. You were put onto a boat, like you sold everything you had, and only gold was worthy back then. Mm-hmm. So you sold everything you had to get a spot on a fishing boat. When I say fishing boat, it's one of those small tiny.
Right, so a dinghy, like a dinghy boat, right?
Yes, and there's literally 150, 200 people per boat. And, you know...
So your parents took that treacherous journey?
Yes, I did. And they lost a lot of family members. A lot of family members also went a bit crazy. Some got thrown overboard, some got killed by the pirates. So behind you, you've got the communists fighting for, like grabbing you. In the ocean, you've got the waves, you've got the sharks. You're literally risking your life. And I remembered my mum saying this. She said she was praying to God. She said, if I survive this, I will work really, really hard and I'm going to contribute back to society once I can. So
Okay.
I can tell you proudly, my parents are doing so much back for Vietnam right now. We've got hospitals.
Oh, wow.
They do so much charity work. Nothing in comparison to your family, but we are getting there.
Uh, let me ask you this. When they went to Australia, so that means the Australian government extended their hands to help the refugees from Vietnam, correct?
The whole world was so open towards the Vietnamese refugee. My parents were offered Germany, France, America, Australia,
Okay,
New
wow.
Zealand. Those were the
Wow,
countries
okay.
that were very, very open towards the refugees. And my parents chose Australia because my
All
mother
right.
was pregnant with me at the time and it was the
Oh, wow.
closest to where she was. So
Wow.
she made her trip from Vietnam into a refugee camp in Malaysia.
Okay.
And she told me the reason why I'm so white is the fact that she ate a lot of coconuts because the only food in
That's an
abundance.
old wives' tale. Chinese old
Yeah,
wives' tale. That's correct.
and
Yes.
she said back in those days, back when she was in the refugee camp, there was nothing much to eat and there was so much coconut. So she would only eat coconut, and that's why I've got the pale skin.
Do you think that your parents' background shaped in the way that you think right now? Because today we're talking about the subject is actually be strong, right? And I believe that you are a very strong woman. You have overcome a lot of things yourself, right? Do you think that your parents and what they have gone through actually shaped the way you think?
Of course, monkey see, monkey follows. My mum and dad are the most hardest working people. They're self-made. I've seen them work. The first jobs that I do remember is being a cleaner inside a nightclub toilet.
Wow.
You know, I'm so proud of my family background. I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, it built me to who I am now. So I saw my parents struggle from no money to making it and to who they are now. And
Okay.
from a very, very early age, my mum has always taught me to be very independent. She taught me how to clean. She made me work when it was school holidays. She made me do everything that she thinks is good for me. She said to
Okay.
me back then, I'm not wanting you to be a maid or a housekeeper, but I want you to be independent enough so when you are able to marry a rich man or you are independently financially, you can train your helpers to do what you need to do. And even if you are wealthy and comfortable and you have helpers, you yourself can do everything. And when you need to do something, you don't feel sorry for yourself.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I think, are you lagging? No? Okay. Sorry. Now this is the interesting question, right? You moved to Indonesia, specifically Surabaya, but let's just say it's Indonesia, right? And you were in Australia this whole time. In Indonesia, there's this culture where you have a lot of helpers around you, drivers,
Yes.
babysitters, maids, so on and so forth, domestic workers, right? So
Yes.
was that an interesting for you to, I mean, and can you also share maybe other cultural shocks that you encountered when you moved to Indonesia?
Grace, you really want me to tell you? I was
Yes.
shocked. I was not used. I lost my sense of privacy. I wasn't used to having so many helpers at home, so many foreign people I didn't know around the house. Up until now, I do everything very independently. I don't. I have a choice of having maids and helpers, but I don't rely too much on them. The person I rely a lot on is my driver. And in the beginning, I couldn't converse with any of my helpers, and language was a huge barrier. Culture was a huge barrier. Like, I'm very straightforward. I'm an Aussie. If I like something, if you ask
Sure.
me, you offer me, Michelle, do you want this? I would say yes or no, according to if I want it or not. While in Indonesian culture, you need to learn how
Yes.
to be sunggan.
Yeah.
You
Sungkan,
have to
polite. Yes,
you have to
yes.
say no, 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 like 10 times before you say yes. And I learned that. I learned that, and in the beginning, I was fighting the culture. I was fighting it. I was always questioning why they so slow? Why they like this? Why they like that? But at the end of the day, the problem was not them. Grace, can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
Grace, the problem was not the culture. It was not the Indonesian people. It was me. It was
Mm.
my problem. I needed to figure out how to compromise, how to adapt and accept what's happening, because nothing is going to change for me. So
Right,
I
that's
have
right.
to change for everyone else. And over time, I can tell you, I learned so much about the Indonesian culture and I love it. So I am so fortunate to get the positivity from Australia
Sure.
and also the positivity from Indonesia. Mind you, there's negative everywhere, there's positive everywhere, but I take all the positive and it makes me who I am. One of the things that I learned so greatly is how to respect your elders. Indonesian
Yes.
culture respects elders like your
Correct.
grandfather, your grandmother, your mother, father, and I learned that. I learned how to be generous to people by sending people food is a gesture to say, I care for you.
Yes, correct.
And to be sopan, to be respectful, to be calm and patient. These are Indonesian cultures that I adapted to and still learning.
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting story because your parents had to adapt from Vietnam to Australia, and now you also had to adapt from Australia to Indonesia, specifically Surabaya, right?
Yes.
If there is, if you know, when we talk about strong, right? I would say that one of the key strong person is the ability to be flexible and adaptable to whatever is going through. Would you agree to that or not?
Oh, very much so. We women in particular are so strong by character. That's why God blessed us to be mothers. You know, being a mother is not an easy task. Being a woman is not easy, especially in this culture here. But at the end of the day, when you're pushed towards a limit, guess what? We are far stronger than we think we ever are. I hope no one gets pushed to that limit, but I have been pushed to my limit. I have seen a lot of good side, bad side, and I have totally adapted. And everything is in your mindset. Do you want to change or not?
Okay, before I get to that point about mindset, can you also tell me what you have done all this time? Because I know that you were a makeup artist. Was it in Australia or was it, that was your first professional career, am I correct?
I'm actually a graduate chemist. Grace.
Okay, oh wow, okay. So you graduated in chemistry and then? Hello? Sorry, I cannot hear you.
A degree in. So I graduated in chemistry just so I can fit in with my brother and sister because they're both medics, and I just wanted to make my parents proud. My parents were really, really worried for me to become a makeup artist. I remembered my dream of being a makeup artist from a very young age. My mother used to get her makeup done by a makeup artist. I used to sit in the corner and just watch her work. And I just think, I want to be her. I want to be behind the scenes and make people beautiful. I want to be her. But my mum and dad, being refugees, they were very worried about my future because as an artist, we live in poverty.
Right.
And they feel to be successful in life, you need to be financially independent because they have been successful and then they gone down to nothing and then they work so hard and they know that comfort in life comes from finances. And so they were pushing me towards being a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, a pharmacist, you know, the academics.
Yes.
Security. But I fought against it and I worked really hard as a makeup artist. And obviously I lived on poverty because we didn't get paid very much. But at the same time, my mum said, if you want to pursue your dream as a makeup artist, you need a backup. And while she was not supportive at all, I remember the words that were like my parents were calling me, you loser, you're going to be a beggar, you're nothing, because everyone in my family were all so academic. But I fought my way. I worked to get money to be a shopper, as every young woman would be. I went to university to do my degree and I hated it. I just passed. I didn't do well. I just passed. And I literally had to wake up every time for class. But at the same time, I still pursued my journey as a makeup artist and I did not regret it at all. And I worked hard. And now I can proudly say my mum knows my journey in Indonesia and she is more than proud of me now. And in retrospect, she changed her mentality. She doesn't force anything upon anybody anymore. She doesn't force academia upon anyone. She just forces happiness upon her children. And she said to me she wishes
Yes.
to be more accepting and supportive of me. Dulu.
But I understand your mom's point of view, because I think this is the same with my own father, my own parents, right? My father, he's not a refugee, but he also was, was not well off in any sense, and he built his own company. So he knows that financial
Empire.
security, anyways, but financial security has always been something that he really emphasized to all of us, because he was so lacking of it. You know what I mean? And he know that
Yes.
it was really, you don't have money, right? So he pushed all of the children to go to degrees or businesses that really can make money. Basically, that's what it is, right? I don't know if you know this, but I've always wanted to become a movie director. I want to become a movie director since I was a kid, since grade 1, But my dad said,
Really?
yeah, I want to go to film school. And my dad said, you can't, because no, basically, like you,
You're you're
poverty, you're gonna be poverty, basically, right? And also because we're Christians, so probably not a good environment in Hollywood, so on and so forth, right? So I followed him. I'm an obedient person. But anyways, do you think, okay, going back to the point, right? Do you think that someone who, can someone be passionate about their job and yet make money? Because people always say, don't be passionate, just be practical. Do you think that this can be in balance?
Generations are so different. Maybe, that generation in the past is all about practical, something stable. But in this lifeline, in this generation right now, I'm a makeup artist and I'm making a damn good living. I make more than my sister who's a medic. Who is to say an artist like me would not be able to make it? If you are hardworking and you're good at what you do and you don't stop learning, there's always opportunity out there. It's a new generation. Look at gamers right now. They are playing games for a living. People who draw art, look at what they're doing right now overseas, the Indonesian artists, they're making a lot of money. But at the same time, if you enjoy what you do so well in it, and you manifest yourself into this person who loves life. Enjoy life. Can you imagine going to a 9-to-5 job and you hate your job? It leads to stress and it leads to depression, and life is not beautiful anymore. So what is important right now is to have a very, very healthy living life here and the body. Yeah.
All right. So this is what I want to sorry, go ahead.
Talking about our parents struggling when they were younger. A little story I told people about, like, I'm in the midst of moving house right now, and I'm unpacking, and I just realized the amount of shit I have in my house. And I just remembered my mum telling me this repeatedly. Don't buy clothing, don't buy shoes, don't buy rubbish. Don't buy cars, because everything depreciates and have no value. Because one day the world is going to have a war, and when you have a war, you need to run. And what is the best form of running away with some money on you is a thick gold chain.
So back then, that's what happened to them back then, you said, right?
Yes, she ran with a gold chain around her neck, and that was what made her survive. And back then, I said to my mum, that would never happen to us. We're living such a good life right now. The world is so peaceful. No, it won't happen. We're living a war at the moment.
That's right.
The
So
mothers are always right.
Mother's always right. Now you have to wear your gold chain all the time then.
But when you're teenagers, you think you're right. But no,
of
your mother is right.
Yes. We are wiser now, right? But okay. So your journey from makeup artist, and you still do that now, or is that finished, or you're back behind the scenes, or you're still an artist now?
I honestly can tell you, I was on top of my game probably 12, 15 years ago, and I was on top for about 8 years, Grace. And in this lifetime, every time you go up, there will be a time you go down. So I'm not on top anymore. And the new generation of makeup artists have come through, and proudly to say they are all so talented. And it's my moment to take off my crown and give it to someone else. And that is what.
So you're not, so you don't do commissions, right? You don't do commissions for makeup artists anymore, right?
No, I still do makeup once in a while because I do love it, and I do love meeting my brides. But my amount of work has really significantly dropped. And
Yes, yes,
suddenly my
yes.
influencing side, my business side took over. And you see what
Yes.
I mean? When you're set
Actually,
for something
my
in your
sister-in-law,
life.
okay, I think Michelle, sorry, I think you're lagging. Michelle, are you there?
Yes,
Hello?
I'm here.
All right, so I think you're
Yep,
lagging.
I'm here.
Okay,
Okay.
Michelle, my sister-in-law, by the way, thank you, Michelle, for introducing me to this, Michelle. She told me that you invented something in makeup. I have no idea what it is. You can't say I don't make or makeup, but you invented something that was quite a hit. I don't know what it is though. What was it?
Grace, I have been a very fortunate person. Everything I kind of thought of turned quite viral. So the
Yeah,
first thing
what
that
was it? Yeah?
I was a successful makeup artist. This is so sombong for me to say, but I did do well. The second thing
Jangan
that I
sungkan,
did,
jangan sungkan, Michelle.
okay, jangan sungkan. Asli aja. Okay, the second thing that I did was I did necklaces about 7 years ago. It was huge neck pieces that went viral.
Okay.
I sold neck pieces valuing around 20 million, Grace, and I had a waiting list. It was crazy. From someone who doesn't know how to sew something until I taught myself how to make these customized neck pieces. And once again, you know, musim lewat. Then
Sure.
I went back into makeup, and obviously I didn't do as well as I used to because I took a break. And then I had a dream of having my own makeup products. And good timing, and I had guts. I went to a company and I said, I have no money, but I want my own brand. and
Okay.
they looked at me, and they opened up my Instagram, and they saw that I only had 20 odd thousand followers, which is nothing. Up until now, it's nothing. And I said, I want my collaboration. And they looked at me and they said, who do you think you are for us to give you a collaboration? Because this would be so expensive. It doesn't make sense on a business side. And I said, it's my dream and I work hard towards it. And guess what? I worked hard towards it. And
This is
I
the
have,
LT Pro.
yes, first generation. We sold towards 1 million units of that
Wow.
product.
Wow.
I
And that's the
introduced
giveaway.
the
One of the giveaways is that, yeah, by the way,
yes,
guys. LT Pro Makeup
yes.
Kit by Michelle. Okay, okay. Continue,
And
please.
Grace, LT Pro is a local product, and recently that product went into Singapore and won Harper's Bazaar Highlighter of the
Wow.
Year, which is the
Wow.
first for Indonesian locally made makeup products. We were against Giorgio Armani, we were against the big names, and we made it. And I'm not claiming anything on me. I claim it to be a blessing from behind me. It's a blessing from God. Without God's help, nothing is possible. Nothing.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so LT Pro, but then you also have a lot of things going on. What else are you having? Like you're an entrepreneur. You have the less salt diet, which we're gonna talk about, obviously.
Yes. So
Right. What
I
else?
have my highlighter.
Yes.
I am a brand ambassador to a few companies.
Yes. What are they?
Cheers.
Okay,
I've got
that's water.
Cheers
That's water. Okay, water.
I'm a brand ambassador to Fit with Real Food, which is Bird Nest.
And that's the giveaway as well today.
Yes. I
And then
am brand ambassador to Under Armour.
I have the mask.
Yay! It's the best thing. Best thing.
It is. It
And
is.
you need
It
to be
is.
as somebody to have it now because it's such hot demand.
I already bought 4. I waited listed for 4, so I get 4 already now.
And Grace, I have a top secret news. I don't think I should be announcing this, but I'm happy to tell you. I'm going to be the brand ambassador to Claire de Pau in January.
Wow, the makeup brand. Am I correct?
Yes.
Wow.
The first Indonesian brand ambassador. Yeah.
So wait. With all of these things, how would you describe yourself? What are you? Michelle, who are you? What are you? What would you say to that?
I'm Michelle Quan.
And who is Michelle Quan? What would you say to that?
And I can tell you, like, I want to cry right now, but the Michelle Quan I am today is the same Michelle Quan back in Australia, as bolos as I am. I don't feel I'm better than anyone else. I don't feel I'm smarter than anyone else or more beautiful than anyone else. But I claim one thing. I'm the most hardworking person there is around. I am not genetically beneficial in any way, but I work hard towards my goal. And I just wanted to tell every single person out there, I'm 42 years old and I'm hitting all my bucket lists. And these are the bucket lists that I don't dare to dream of, but it's happening. And if you believe it in yourself and you work hard for yourself, one day someone would acknowledge it and give you that opportunity like they have given me.
Okay, Michelle, I think this is quite important that I want to discuss right now, right? We talk about strong, and I think right now we have to go deep into this. Especially these days with COVID, there's a lot of challenges. A lot of people get affected by it left and right? And maybe not a lot of people have the privilege that we both have, right? Because we're overseas educated, so on and so forth, right? We have the connections, networking. But I do believe that everyone has its own strength, especially a woman, right? So how would you motivate someone who just seem like they don't have anything work out for them? Besides, hardworking, what else can they do outside of, they will tell you, I've worked hard, I've looked for jobs, so on and so forth, but they can't get to where they want to be, right? But and yet you're beautiful, you're healthy, you got a great family. Like, what is the motivation? What is the reason behind it to make these people, to drive them further? What would you advise them?
One thing human beings love to do is complain. The second thing human beings like to do is to wander inside this loop of their own problem.
Okay.
They're so stressed out. They spend so much time and energy on revolving around this problem. Guess what? If you take yourself out of that problem and refresh yourself and think of a solution would happen. But most human beings don't even have the energy left to find a solution because they are so involved and so obsessed with the problem on its own. And they blame everything and anything. Yes,
right.
It's a shitty position we are in right now. And everyone is going through it. Businesses are collapsing. People are getting sick. Okay, it is what it is. Move on and find the solution.
Okay, I think I want to add to that because I interviewed another lady who I thought was also very strong. Her name is Jacqueline. She actually made a good point. Is that she had to get out of the mentality of being a victim to someone who actually wants to fight it. What do you say to that? Like, I think that's what you're saying. Similar to that, yes. Right? Just don't always think of yourself as a victim. Am I correct?
In every situation, I have been through the ruts. I have been through every single possible situation you can think of. I've been conned. I've been robbed. I've been, I loved someone and they didn't love me back. I got poked in the back. I failed so many times in my business, in my life. I failed. But one thing I learned, I never see myself as a victim, and I don't blame anyone. I don't blame my bully. I don't blame any single person. It is what it is. Even if you're bitter about it, you're negative about it, so what, Gitu Law? It can't change your situation. Being bitter about COVID would never change your situation. It is what it is. Pick yourself up and find a solution. I'm not a victim. I turn around and I say thank you to every single person. I say thank you to every single situation that has put me through a struggle. Because with this struggle, I am who I am today. And I can tell you, I am so mentally strong right now. I can battle any battles for myself, my son, and my husband.
Okay. I also interviewed someone who is a wellness, mindfulness practitioner. It's so hard. It's a mouthful, right? And he did mention that we have to embrace the problems, whatever that we're feeling, fear, anxiety, but then take action, not just dwell in it, like you said just now, correct?
Yes, you don't dwell on the problem. Think of the solution and stop thinking about the what ifs. We waste so much time thinking about what if. What if it doesn't happen and you wasted that chance to think of a solution? So save your energy. Yeah.
Give me one specific example of your lowest point in your life.
I had a mental breakdown 5 years ago.
What's the cause?
I don't know. Everything just came through, and it was pitiful on me. I had two choices: either one, not to get help and land myself into the rumah sakit for the mentally insane, and if I got help, my legs will be taken out, and I'll be the strongest person there is around. I have so much empathy towards people who are mentally ill because I did go through that. I think it was, I don't understand it. It just happened. It came through. And I thank God I got the strength to get out of that situation. And since then, 5 years ago, I can tell you everything that has happened now, nothing is important anymore because I've been through mentally ill. I went through physically ill. So every morning I wake up and I'm mentally here, physically I'm well. That is a blessing in itself. And everything, and because of that humble experience, everything that has happened to me now, I don't feel terlalu sombong. I don't feel arrogant about it. I don't feel
because it can happen anytime, right? Because you said there's no cause, it just happens, it just attack you, right?
Yeah, and to be awake today and to be okay, I'm so blessed. And I can tell you, I have no attachment to anything anymore. Like, you know, I don't have any attachment to any of my Birkins. I have no attachment to any of my Rolexes. I have no attachment to any of my branding, like being ambassador to whatever, being whoever. No attachment at all. It is what it is. I understand it. I feel so blessed. I acknowledge that. But if it comes, blessed. If it doesn't come, I'm okay because there's no attachment. And humans should not attach themselves to anything because attachment equals suffering.
That's right. No, I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Michelle, you know, when we talk about mental, I honestly believe mental is so much harder than physical. You know what I mean? So is there anything that you would recommend to make someone mentally stronger? Are there things that we can take to become mentally stronger?
To me, honestly, Grace, living healthily really changed my whole life. Like exercising, eating well, being mindful. When I talk about being mindful, not only in what you eat, in what you think as well, but in what you say. You know, these are a journey that everyone should go through, being mindful. And to me, when you're mindful about situations, you would be more clear in the solution to that problem. Like if someone says something, you always see it in a positive way. You don't see it in a negative way. And human beings, unfortunately, sees everything firstly, negative first.
Yes, this is exactly the person said that Aji, the mindful practitioner, he said that, you know, we
so he's a mental practitioner. I can be a doctor.
Exactly. Yeah. So he said, no, this is a good point because when he said that, I just kind of get enlightened. He said that, you know, when somebody do something nice to you, you know, you doubt it, like what's behind all of this? What's the motive? Why, right? But then when somebody does something bad to you, you always assume, yes, that person is bad. Even though it could actually be the other way around. You are absolutely right. Exactly.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yes. So what you do? So
yeah,
what you do is my word. It's
okay,
it's
now,
fine.
Right. So now you are, okay, there's a lot of, my mind is like a lot of questions, by the way. I don't even prepare the question because I just want to get to know you. You are 42 years old, which is 1 year younger than me. Your body is amazing, right? You're okay, physically you're beautiful, and mentally I can say that you're also in a very healthy place right now, right? And by the way, guys, if you don't know this, I took the less salt diet X collaboration with Michelle Quan, right? For the past 9 days. So I have 13 days, so 5 more days to go. I've lost about 2 kilos as of today. And feels better, of course. You know, the food, of course, is delicious. I love it. I would actually repeat order. I already asked the admin, like, can you give me discount for the next order? And he said, fine, no problem, right? And the doctor actually contacted me, Dr. Refi. Yeah, he contacted me about my story and stuff like that. Okay, and then that's not the point. Michelle, what drives you every single day in the morning to do your exercise routine, your healthy living, all those kind of things? That's number one, right? Number two, for me, it's easier to lose weight because you have a time period than to maintain it. And now at this age, we're talking about maintenance, which is, I would say, is much harder. So what is the motivation? Number one, again, how did you get up every single morning to do whatever you got to do? And number two, how do you maintain it for the rest of your life? Please.
I started my journey when I was 38 years old. Which was 4 years ago. It wasn't long ago. I wished I started a lot earlier. Honestly, it's never easy. Even up until now, it's never easy. And every time you look in the mirror, I notice this, Grace. I have to tell you this. I remember the time when I was rocking in my body. I had 16% body fat. I had a six-pack. I was rocking it. I looked damn good. But I looked in the mirror and I looked at myself and I thought, masih kurang. Masih kurang.
Okay.
So, you know, I was seeking this perfection, and it's all in my mind. Physically, I looked good.
Great.
Mentally, I did not see it. Right now, at my stage right now, I may not look like I did back then, but because I'm in a healthy spot right now, and guess what? It doesn't matter. Even if I was bloating from my period, I embraced it. It is what it is. So every day I wake up. I don't even rely on motivation, Grace. Motivation is being moody. I'm a Leo. I'm totally moody. If you ask me, are you happy or not? If you're happy, then you do it. If you're not happy, I would not do it. So for me, my character, regardless how I feel, mau gak mau harus.
So it's a discipline.
It's a discipline. It's a consistency. I don't care how you feel. As long as you physically am not exhausted or sick.
Yes.
And it's a mental game. You just get up and you do it. And I believe even if I don't feel my best and I'm not giving my best, at least I get 50% rather than sitting in bed and getting 0. So,
that's right.
So for me, I just do it. And I screw up a lot, Grace. I fail a lot. I'm not a fit person. I vomited before. I passed out before. I couldn't keep up with the class. I'm totally awful with coordination. But guess what? I'm on top of my league at the moment. I can do everything. And that's from starting from 0. And that's from not giving up. Grace,
Okay.
I just did not give up. And every time I felt I couldn't do it, I try a little bit more. And if I can't, I stop for a while, catch my breath, take a sip of water, get ready again, and start again. I just keep going. I don't give up. And I think that is how I got to where I am right now, by not giving up.
Yeah, I think this is always, what's it called? I would say that this is the one thing that we actually talked about just now, about mentality, right? About victim mentality. I think if you're a victim, you always kind of think that, oh, I'm a bit weak today.
Yeah.
The weather's a bit rainy today, so yeah, just take a break. It is holidays, so I don't do it. Actually, during the holiday, okay, can I ask you a question first? Michelle, were you ever overweight? Like you said, you started 4 years ago, so I'm assuming before 4 years ago, you were overweight.
I was never overweight, but I was not pretty. I never had an issue with myself because I was just so busy being a mother and a wife, and I lost myself. I forgot who I was. And it just got to a point where I wasn't comfortable in my body. I was a size L in Zara.
So that means you were, so that means you were a bit overweight.
I wasn't overweight in terms of big size, but I wasn't a pretty girl. Like, to me, I didn't feel pretty. I was in moo-moo dresses all the time, and I used to be a victim. I used to say, oh, the cutting of this is not good, the color is not good, the food is not good. Why does God make me genetically like this? I eat a little bit, I gain weight. Why does she eat like that and she's still like that? I was a victim. And as soon as I got out of that victim and I just focused on me, I just focused on me getting to what I need to get to. And I never had a goal. I never thought I could have a six-pack. I never thought I can look the way I do. I just did what I did, and in my mind, I just thought to myself, I'm just trying to reach to the better version of me. I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you. I don't want to be Victoria's Secret.
So I just want to be there. Yes,
I just want to be me. And
I agree.
Kept going. Yeah, I just kept going. And Grace, I was really body shamed for a long time in my life.
Me too.
I was.
Sorry, lagging. Sorry, lagging, Michelle. Michelle, sorry, can you repeat? Because you were lagging, you were cut off just now. Sorry, can you repeat?
Sorry.
You said you were body shamed. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And I used to, like, you know, people say to me, oh, Michelle, you look like you're pregnant or you look fat. And I would say, you're wrong. It's the baju. Baju memang, you know, kurang jok or something. But then one day I just flipped and I thought, it is true. I am getting a bit uncomfortable. And, you know, when I filter and edit my photos, I couldn't edit it anymore because every time I push anything in, everything distorted around me. So that was the point I thought, it's time to do something about it. And I just did what I had to do. And guess what? I thank my old self for not giving up. Because right now I'm enjoying what is happening. And Grace, one of the most beautiful things that I learned along this journey, I don't need to hide anymore behind anything. I don't need to hide behind makeup. I don't need to hide behind
Dress.
moo dresses. I don't need to hide behind really high heels or branded bags or branded jewelry. Look at me. I'm not wearing anything. I'm not even wearing makeup. I don't need to hide anymore. And whether you like me or not, it is what it is. And I remembered there was one incident. I just didn't wear any makeup towards a meeting with a brand manager of a cosmetic company. And she was looking for a influencer to head a campaign, a beauty campaign, Grace. And I was selected with 2 others, and the other 2 turned up totally beautiful. Grace, can you hear me?
Yes, I am. I'm listening to you.
So they came into the meeting gorgeous, and they were a lot younger than me. And I came like literally like this, you know, just straight from the gym. And after the meeting was done, the manager called me and said, Michelle, aku panasaran mau tahu why you have a meeting with me and you have no makeup on your face. Like literally you didn't even give a shit.
Yeah.
And I answered, Grace, and this is so empowering for me. I said to her, I am so comfortable being who I am naked in front of you. I don't need to hide. If I get the job, I'm grateful. If I don't get the job, I'm happy for the next person. And Grace, I got the job.
I think, your story and mine are very similar. Of course, results are different. Results may vary, warning. But I think it's the same where you start 4 years ago and I started 3 years ago. Of course, I was much more overweight than you. So I always go to a store and I always say, what's the biggest size that you have? You know what I mean? To a point right now, I can say, what's the smallest size that you have? And same thing with you. My own inspiration is my old pictures. I always look at myself. I don't want to be like this. That's always my inspiration. I don't want to go back to where I was before. And it's not a health scare or anything like that. It's just more, I don't feel comfortable in my body.
Yeah. Like Grace, like I look back at what I used to look like and I remembered that person. That person's mentality and the person I am now is totally different.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with me because guess what? For once in my life, I'm contented with me. Beauty comes in every size. Beauty comes in every single color. But as long as you're comfortable in that body, that is beauty. You don't have to be a size 6 or size 8, no. But as long as you look in the mirror and you feel, I'm so beautiful, that is the beginning of empowerment for yourself.
Okay, but Michelle, this is the question though. A lot of Western world, especially Americans, they always say that, you can be obese, but healthy. I personally find that statement quite contradictory, right? But then there's a lot of political correctness behind it that is always your body shaming, so on and so forth. But do you think that someone who's very, very heavy can be healthy?
Of course not. You know, our body frame, you know, our skeletal frame, our organs are literally all similar in size. And can you imagine the excess that's around it, that's cushioning that? The stress that's played on all your organs and on your skeleton frame. Could that be healthy?
Exactly.
And usually those people who say, oh, being obese is healthy, being obese is beautiful, guess what? Victims. They are probably full of negativity and they will look around and despise everyone around them for doing something for themselves.
Now, okay, but people who are watching this interview might accuse you of saying you are body shaming. You should not do that. You make a lot of people, you make a lot of young girls, they're going to go on a diet, they're going to have a body disorder, body image disorder. What would you say to that?
When I say obese, I'm talking about a health-wise obese, which is like 100 kilos, 200 kilos, 300 kilos. I'm talking about those type of people. I'm not talking about people who are size 10, 12. As long as you are healthy, your blood score comes out well, you feel good about yourself, that is beautiful. You don't need to be a size 6, size 8, size 10 to be gorgeous, no. But the most important thing is to be healthy. And when I talk about healthy, I'm talking about mind being healthy and the body being healthy because it jadi satu, it comes into one as a package.
Right. I agree. Yeah, you know how it is in today's environment, right? There's a lot of political correctness. So, you know, whatever that.
Oh, for sure. I've got netizens. I've had it before. Come my way.
Yeah.
I'm ready for you.
Right.
I can battle
Okay.
this.
Okay. Just now you mentioned something about that everything on your bucket list pretty much has been checked. But is there anything that you have not achieved that you want to achieve?
Yes, Grace, one. And it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of time to reach there. The day that I was pregnant with my child 12 years ago, I had a wish. I wish that I can raise a child to become a very big contributor to this society, to this world. And my biggest wish is for him to become one of those people that's able to help this world. So that is my
Wow.
dream and my goal. And if
Wow.
you say bucket list in my life, like everything that has happened, I never dare to dream of any of those bucket lists. I never dreamed to become the ambassador to Under Armour. I never dreamed of that. Who am I? I never dreamed
Yes.
to be an ambassador to Claire de Peau. Who am I? You know, I never dreamed to have my own makeup brand. I never dreamed any of that, but it did happen. And I just tick one by one and say thank you. But my biggest goal in life is to raise a really good human being.
Amen.
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest achievement thus far?
Biggest achievement. Now you got me stuck. I don't know how to. My biggest achievement. My biggest achievement to date right now is my transformation within me.
Okay.
The biggest
Okay.
transformation for me is the biggest achievement is me being who I am now. I'm in a state of
Okay.
my life whereby I'm very, very, very calm and very accepting and very, very comfortable.
Okay.
I don't have everything. I don't own everything. I'm not a perfectionist. But one thing that I have learned is accept my imperfections.
Mm.
And that is probably one of my biggest achievements.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you fear the most? Because even though you said that you feel very peaceful, but is there something that makes you fearful or wakes you up at night?
Losing my parents.
Are your parents
Losing,
still in Australia right now?
they are.
Okay.
And
All right.
with this whole corona thing that's happening around, I value my loved ones so much.
Yes, yes,
And the
yes.
biggest fear is to lose them. And yeah, I'm
Yes.
choking up just hearing that. Yeah, that's my biggest fear, to lose anyone that I love. And it can happen to anyone at any age, any time now. And that's the value of life right now. It's to live life.
Michelle, how does someone, I'm talking about females now, how does a female empower another female? It seems that there's a culture where, you know, a lot of females are backstabbing another female, right? A lot of females get jealous if another female gets more, you know, popular, higher, richer, et cetera, et cetera. So how do we, I would say, tear down this toxic culture among females and empower one another? How would you go about doing that?
Focus on yourself, women. Focus on your own goal. This journey is for you yourself. Why are you comparing yourself to someone else and losing that energy through there? And if you are more contented and comfortable with yourself and you love yourself enough, guess what? You end up loving everybody and you end up supporting every single body around you. Like I'm in a stage whereby in my life right now, I look at everyone who achieves anything in life, let it be like the other day I was in a class and it was a quite a big size girl. She was terrible in the class. She couldn't keep up. She was like, you know, she was really embarrassing. But I looked at her and I went, wow, that's effort.
Mm, mm,
You know,
okay.
everything I think positively. I wouldn't look at her and laugh and giggle and go, oh, you load of shit and you can't do that. No, I look at her and go, she's doing something to get to a better version of her life. And I look at my friends when they look good, I actually look at them and go, wow, you look good, you know? And sometimes they look at me and they go, what did you just say? Because it's so rare for another woman to compliment another woman.
Yes, yes, I agree. It seems
It
that
doesn't
the only
cost,
thing that, yeah,
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
cost.
cost anything to be kind,
No,
right?
no, it doesn't. And by saying that, she probably feels damn good for the rest of the day. May it be next week.
Yes, I agree.
For
I
me,
agree.
because I don't feel threatened anymore. I don't feel the need to compete anymore because I accepted my imperfections. And
Mm,
I'm happy for you. Like what I just said to you before, I used to be on top of my game for my makeup. I learned. I remember doing a mother of the bride outside the room when my juniors are now doing the bride inside the room. And the first few times of that happening, of course, I'm a human being. It felt really bad. I was so upset. But I had to tune in my mind and say to me, you need to think positively about that. What you're going through is normal, but you need to accept the fact that you have dropped. It's fine. You need to be happy for that person. That person didn't get to that position because they just got it. They got there because they worked hard towards it. They were talented. You had your moment. It's someone else's turn now. And first time is hard to absorb. Second time, it gets easier, but still hard. But guess what? As time goes on and you keep reminding yourself, it becomes. And it's up to you, your choice. You want to be bitter or you want to be positive. It's up to you. And women, we have so much problems of our own. Why cause extra problems around? You know,
sometimes, I don't know, Michelle, I don't know if you feel this, but sometimes in Indonesia, like I grew up, you know, I studied overseas and stuff, but I feel like, and I have friends who are, a lot of them are not Indonesians, right? So I noticed the difference that sometimes in Indonesia, it seems like we're back in high school, you know? Like there's the popular song, like, you know, gossiping about things, that kind of thing, even until this age, which I thought is like, come on.
You know, when I was fat, I was spoken about, Michelle's so fat, Michelle blah, blah, she's got short, fat legs. And then now I'm like this, you know what they say? Oh, Michelle looks like a boy, she looks like a man, you know? You can't please everybody. So what, Gitolo, whatever. You need to learn to be cuek. Like, you know, I'm enjoying what's happening to me. It's not just on a physical level. It's on a mental level. I'm loving it. And obviously, wherever you are, you would lose people along the way. And if you accept it, you know. And one other thing, don't expect everyone to love you. Don't expect everyone to like you. Because look at yourself. Do you like everyone? Do you love everyone? So if you don't, why you expect everyone to love you? For me, I don't expect anything. It is what it is. You love me, you love me. You don't love me, it's fine. The most important thing is to sleep at night and do the right thing by him upstairs, and you are fine. I'm not living my life for anybody else, you know.
That's good. No, that's really good. Wait, I want to share. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I do have a couple of questions from the audience. Wait, what is this? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Okay, this one then. Hi, Miss Michelle. I'm a mom who also work. I cannot read the whole question. Can you read it?
I can. Okay. Hi, Michelle. I'm Lenny. I'm a mom, also work. Actually, I'm not good to manage time between work and parenting. Can you explain how? It's all about timing, prioritizing. We all have our own things to do. We are all running around. We have limited energy and we have limited time. Every single person has only 24 hours in a day. For me, I have 24 hours in a day and I manage to squeeze in everything. I prioritize what is important in my life and I make time for it. If you don't have enough time, wake up earlier. If you feel you don't have time, wake up until later. And I'm sure your father, your grandfather probably wakes up earlier than any other person to build their empire. So can you imagine if you are waking up 1 hour earlier than the rest of the world, you are ahead 1 hour in time. So you can imagine the amount of things you can do within the hour before every person wakes up. So for me, I wake up early and I start my day early. And mind you, I'm not an early person. I wake up late. Like, you know, in my past, I was lazy, very, very lazy. I would roll in bed until 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Lazy. But I waste time, I waste energy, I waste my life. And in later 30s, I started to wake up earlier and do my thing and look at where I am right now. So, you know, prioritizing is very, very important.
Okay. Okay, this one. Which one is the most important for women, brain or beauty?
I want to ask you one thing, okay? If you go to the supermarket or into a public toilet where the bar is cleaning up, when you look at her, she's well groomed. She's got her hair tied back and she's got lipstick on. And sometimes she probably have jewelry on as well. Every single woman has their own perspective of what beauty is. Every single woman tries one step to look better than what they are. And when they feel they look beautiful, guess what? They feel different. And when you feel different, even looking outside the door, everything becomes more beautiful. So if you tell me, is beauty important? No, it's not the most important thing around. No, it's not. But it does contribute to your mental as well. And brains, of course, you know, we need a little bit of intelligence. And, you know, because for me, children is our next generation. And to guide the children, you need to be a intelligent woman to guide the next generation to what they will be. So beauty and brains together. They
both. You cannot choose. You cannot choose. You got it in both.
No. And Grace, there's no ugly women around. There's only lazy women.
But Michelle, sorry, the time, you know, Instagram only gives us 1 hour before this cuts off
Grace,
completely.
guess what? You can go for more.
No, you can't, because it will cut off. It will cut off.
The other day, I had a 2.5 hour IG live, and it kept on going through.
Are you sure? Because I don't want to risk it.
Let's try.
Okay, but wait. But I do have rapid fire questions, and I do have to announce before it gets cut off. So let me ask you my. Okay, wait. Should we announce or should we do rapid fire questions? Okay, let's do rapid fire questions. Okay, so this is what I do in all my shows, right? To all my guests. I don't even seen it, right? Just random questions, and you just have to think. No need to think too much about it. Just go ask. Okay? I mean, just go answer. Yeah, you. Of course, you.
Okay, but
ready?
Nice.
You're in the shooting target, right? Okay. What is your favorite type of makeup?
You just broke up. Can you say that again?
What is your favorite type of makeup?
Skincare.
Okay. Which magazine cover would you want to be on the most?
I already got it. It was Prestige magazine.
Oh no! Wait! In the whole world, you wanted on Prestige?
Actually, I never dreamt of being on a magazine cover. But if you ask me, I did want to be on Prestige magazine.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. What is your guilty pleasure? Yeah, you got it. What is your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate.
Okay. What is your favorite city in the world?
Florence in Italy.
Wow, okay. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Pet peeve? Laziness.
Yeah, laziness. I can imagine it from you.
Excuses.
Okay. And what book are you reading right now?
I don't read.
All right, Prestige magazine then, I guess, yeah?
No, someone said L. If I say L, would I get L?
Oh, by the way, that's my sister, Victoria. Hi, Victoria.
Victoria, L dong, A your L.
All right. Vic, so if you want Michelle, you know, she's happy to do L cover. And by the way, Michelle also has been active on L magazine, L Instagram. I know that, right? You've been active doing the shows there too. Yeah.
Them, and I love it.
All right. Okay. What is your favorite Indonesian food?
Penyetan.
Wow. Okay. You are so Surabaya, man. All right. What do you think of the crazy rich Surabayans?
Hebo.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Hebo medok.
No, but you know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen those videos that gone viral. You know that, right? Yeah. Okay.
No.
And
no,
okay,
no,
tell.
I don't know.
Are you okay? But anyway, what in one word? Stronger is what to you?
Stronger is what?
Yeah. Fill in the blank. Stronger is what?
Self-love.
Self-love. Okay. All right. Okay. That's my rapid fire questions. You passed the rapid fire questions. There were a lot of other questions as well, but let me just announce the winners first, right? So I believe we have 6 winners. Yeah, Michelle? So 3 will get the bird's nest. Oh, it's only 3.
How many LT? I think you got 5 LT packs, right? LT Pro packs.
I think I get 3 boxes. Oh no, it's in one big box. I haven't opened it. Sorry, never mind. So 5 LT Pro and 3 birds. So we have 8 winners. Okay, so I'm gonna announce the winners here.
Number 1 will be via_the. I'll also private message you after this, guys, for these names, okay? Number 2 is Dwi_Nur. Number 3 is Stella YT. Number 4 is Marian Marvi. Number 5 is Pekka Face. Number 6 is Esti Susanto. Number 7 is Loverin 17. And last one is Gabby Osefina. Congratulations, guys. All right, you're gonna get either bird's nest or makeup, but both of them will make you beautiful because they both are from Michelle. All right, wait, Michelle.
Grace,
Yeah,
there is one
sorry.
question that I really want to answer. And
Yes,
they
go ahead.
said, who inspired you the most in your life?
Go ahead.
Who inspired you, Grace? And
No,
then
it's for you.
No, we both answer it. For you first,
Okay.
who inspired
All
you
right.
the most in this life?
Sure. Who inspires me the most? Obviously, is my father.
Why?
I'm not on the hot seat, so please, you.
Okay, for me, the one that inspires me the most in my life is my mother. And I aspire to be like my mother. I hope one day my child turns around and speaks as highly as I do, like I do with my mother. And I hope we all get the chance to actually hug and kiss and say, I love you to our loved ones right now, because Corona has made me so emo that, you know, I call my mom every day and I say to her, I love you, Mom, and I thank you for bringing life to me and guiding me the way I have.
Wow. Despite, just like you mentioned though, that your parents, were very harsh on you in the sense of, your career choice, right? Did that create any bitterness inside of you?
When I was younger, yes.
But now you're okay. You're healthy mentally.
When I was younger, being a rebel, being a teenager, being an adult, young adult, thinking you know the world, you think you know better than them. I was really bitter. I fought against them. I was really rude, obnoxious. I regret everything I say to them. I regretted everything I did. After I got married and being who I am right now, I thank them so much for what they did for me. Because I'm a mother myself, and I do exactly the same thing, because everything we do, we want it to be the best for them. And we want to guide them to be okay on their own, just in case one day we're not going to be there anymore.
That's right.
So number one, what is it? Financial independence. Because what I have, I may not give it to them, and what my parents have may not be passed down to me. So the most important thing is to make sure I am okay on my own.
Okay.
And that was what my mom and dad did for me.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing with my dad. I would say, like, even though he forbid me from going to the movie school, but I never regret, or never had bitterness about that problem. I think that, he really wanted the best for all of us, the children, right? So, we just can't say that was a bad decision, whatever it is. Somebody was asking just now, I think it was Victoria, who asked you, how did you get your glowing skin?
From eating well, drinking a lot of water, eating well. Whatever you put in your body, your skin shows it through. If you put junk into your body, your skin will show that too. I'm 42 years old and look at my skin. Like, I take care of it. I get treatments done. I have good skincare. I hydrate well. I take bird nest. Everything I talk about is what I do on a daily basis. And honestly, it has helped me to be what I am right now. And if you guys follow through and look after what you consume, your skin will show it. Like, you can't stop aging. Aging, you can't stop. But what you can do is prepare yourself well, so aging becomes kinder to you.
That's right. Michelle, what's it called? I want to talk about the less salt diet, guys. I want to recommend you guys for this, because, I got to recommend this, okay? I haven't eaten my lunch, by the way. It's already 2 o'clock. So basically, less salt diet. Okay, this is what story. Okay, 3 years ago, I was very overweight, right? I was about 73 kilos. My highest was like 80 something kilo. And that's not pregnancy, by the way. And then I was able to lose it 3 years ago and to like 50s range. But during this year, because of the quarantine, I gained some weight back, like 4 kilos, right? So I tried to lose those weight. So before the less salt diet, guys, I tried many different caterings, many different types of healthy caterings, right? And I was not able to, enjoy or did not last. I didn't see the results. But with less salt diet, I really saw the results. I could see the weight loss, and I actually enjoy eating the food. Right? It's no salt or less salt?
Less salt.
Less salt, less oil, and
No
I
sugar.
choose
No
sugar,
added
and
sugar.
yeah, and I choose the vegetarian options, okay, because I don't want to eat meat and stuff like that, right? Michelle, why did you want to collaborate with less salt diet?
I was approached by so many catering companies to collaborate with. I was even thinking of opening up my own, but I started to try every single one of them, and I fell in love with less salt. I remember the first thing they sent me was the roasted chicken, and they got me on that because roasted chicken breast is so hard to make, and they did such a good job on it. So I consistently had their catering for 1 year before I made my decision. Number one, they make food interesting to eat. Every day is different. When you open up your lunchbox, it's colorful. They find really unique ways of making vegetables exciting to eat. When you know vegetables and chicken breast, how exciting can that be? And I was able to sustain that catering for 1 year.
Wow.
And I wasn't very strict. I don't control myself. I don't say to myself, you can't have this, you can't have that, you can't have this. I eat mindfully. And by eating mindfully, it can sustain as your healthy living lifestyle. If you are so strict on telling yourself, I can't have this, I can't have that,
it's going to backfire.
It backfires, and the time when you're able to cheat, you go manic. So
I know what you mean.
I choose less salt because I love Refi, Dr. Refi. He was so good in what he did, and his whole family are all doctors, so they know what they're doing. So every time a food menu comes out, it's measured for its nutrition, it's measured for what you want in your goal. And everyone that has started on the collaboration with less salt is coming to 3 weeks right now, are all losing weight. I had one person who tried everything and anything, and she couldn't lose weight, and now she's up to 5 kilos.
Wow.
Yes.
And
And
somebody
not
was
only
asking.
that, yeah.
Sorry, someone is asking, is it going to be available in Bali?
Well, I need to ask Dr. Refi.
So I don't know yet. Right now, not available in Bali, yeah?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, it can reach through.
I want to comment on that. I want to add a comment because I chose the vegetarian option. And by the way, they never say what the food is. You know what I mean? So it just comes in 2 boxes, right? For lunch and dinner. And every time I open it, to be honest, it looks like dog food. Like sometimes it's just a bunch of sauce, boom, a glob of that, right? And my husband's like, what the heck are you eating, right?
Great!
But no, wait. No, wait. But when I eat, I don't know what I'm eating. I'm not joking. I'm not even know what I'm eating. I just eat it. I don't even heat it up. It's from the fridge. I just eat it like that. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. I don't know what I'm eating, but it tastes so good, so I don't really care, even though it doesn't look good. You know what I mean or not? It really is tasty.
You know, guys, when you're eating clean, when you're on a clean eating diet, I don't call it diet, it's healthy living, okay? Healthy eating living. You need to be mindful in this way. You're eating to nourish your body. We're at the age right now whereby we can't feed this machine any junk because it does show through. You will get sick. Your body will show signs that it's not liking it. It ages you. So you need to move your mind into thinking, I'm eating to nourish my body. I'm eating towards a better version of me. I'm eating towards a good, healthy life, which is the greatest wealth right now. I'm not eating for enjoyment. If you want to eat for enjoyment and this tastes good, it's usually not good for our system. So be very, very aware of what you put into your mouth and into this body because it really does show through. And in the last 4 years from eating well, look at me, I'm aging backwards. I looked 10, 15 years ago. Grace,
yeah. No, I know. I can't imagine because what's it called? When you said that you're 42, I was very surprised because I thought that you would be like in, like early 30s, not 42 for sure. Because 42 is closer to my age. I do look 42, so I'm like, seriously?
When Under Armour got me, one of the things I thought was, Michelle, I thought you were 28. And I went, Dad, sorry.
Wow, that's a nice compliment. okay, no, but guys, again, I cannot sing enough praises for a less salt diet. Again, the what's it called? The title said it's less salt. It sounds so scary, like, oh, it's not going to be tasty. But I'm pleasantly surprised by how delicious the foods are, especially the dessert. Sometimes you guys skip the dessert, like the protein, not protein, like the sweet balls. I don't know what. See, I don't even know what they are. Basically, it's balls. They're sweet and they're so good. You know what I mean?
The thing is, with this collaboration, I had to make sure, number one, it's tasty. I don't care what you do. You can't use too much salt. You can't use MSG. You can't use sugar. But figure out how to make the food tasty. So they were so smart in mixing all the natural ingredients together to get the flavors out.
Yes,
Very smart. Secondly, I had to make sure it's colorful, presentable.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is colorful. You are colorful.
Yes,
sorry, when I said it was like dog's food. Sorry, when I said dog's food, it doesn't like. Wait. I'm gonna give an example, right? So this box is like this, right? And it has 3 sections, right? And there's always color of overall. You will see the different colors, right? But then there's one part where, for example, one time it's like, I don't know, lentil or something. I don't know what it is. Basically, it's like a glob of boom, like porridge, lentil, whatever it is.
Right? How colorful can lentil be?
Exactly. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying that the whole box looks like dog's food, but I'm just in the some part that sometimes I don't know what I'm eating. You know what I mean? Like some patties, I don't know what's inside the patties, right? But guys, seriously, you guys gotta try it. I've tried many different caters before less salt, and this one I really can see myself becoming a repeat customer because they're okay. One thing, so a lot of variety, and number 2, they taste good, and they already count everything. So I'm relaxed. I don't need to do my my Fitness Pal counting app anymore. You know what I mean?
Grace, firstly, I have to tell you guys, this is not for less salt. We're not selling, okay? I'm not into heavy
I
salt.
don't own less salt, by the way, guys.
And she pays for it.
I pay for it. It's expensive for me. I'm just kidding.
But I'm very passionate about this project of mine with Less Salt and Dr. Refi. I'm so passionate because I'm so into making everybody get into this journey. And you won't be on this catering for life, but it's good enough to kickstart you towards that journey. And it teaches you, it educates you towards what is good for your body. So if you're on this program for a few months, guess what? You'll be so educated. You can cook and prepare your food yourself.
Yeah. So guys, again, it's not about less salt, but I do want to praise it because I've tried many things and I really like this one. That's why, and you know, I was experimenting myself before interviewing Michelle, so I just want to do it. And I've lost almost 2 kilos. I'm really happy with the result, obviously. But guys, I want to thank Michelle for the time today, and also for all of you sticking by today. Really appreciate your time, Michelle. And guys, I think the key lesson that I really learned from Michelle today is that, well, there are few, but I think one is that get out of your victim mentality. Don't always take pity of yourself. You know, like you can be stronger than what you think you are. Right? So if you guys get out of that mindset, it will help us all down the road, right? And number 2, also about discipline is super important. It's about hard work, right? Discipline. You know, like just now her hashtag is mau nggak mau harus, meaning that you just got to do it, right? You have no
Grace,
choice.
I have a new hashtag.
What is it?
Pasti tidak mati.
Pasti tidak mati. Mati.
Mati.
Mati like mate. Mate means mati, right?
Yes, in Javanese.
Oh, okay, sorry, I don't know the slang. Why do you choose that hashtag?
What?
Why do you have that hashtag?
I remembered Mau nggak mau harus came along when I was just disciplining myself. Want to or not, you just do it. The second thing is I have no maids at the moment in my old house or my new house, and I'm doing everything solo. And every time I think I'm going to die, I always say to myself, pasti tidak mati. So that is me with my bahasa. Yeah.
Japanese. That's not even Bahasa. That's Japanese. That's Japanese, man.
Oh, Japanese.
All right. Wait. Yeah. So I mean, guys, this is really important, guys, because whatever you want to do, whether it's being fit physically or career-wise, whatever it is, you gotta have discipline, right? You know what I mean? You can't expect to just cruise along and expect good results, right? You want to be healthy, and you gotta put the effort to do that, right? You know, when I was losing weight. When I was losing weight, my staff even dared to ask in front of me, "Boo, are you using diet pills?" I'm like, dude, if you know what I struggled to get to where I am, you will not be asking me that question because I did not take any diet pills whatsoever. You know what I mean? So I think, the results show from how much work you put in. So just get just get out of the excuses, right?
And Grace, you know, not only through training, I also have one big mentality. No amount of hard work is ever a waste of time. So even through training, through family, through career, through schooling, in every aspect of your life, no amount of hard work is ever a waste of time. So if you have that mentality in you, everything will be easier for you to do. And when we're doing it, don't moan and groan about it, because you know if you do it, you reap in the reward later on.
Okay. I think I will have a new hashtag called Sudahlah jangan komplain. Atau Sudahlah.
Sudahlah, jangan complain.
Sudahlah, jangan komplain.
So what gitu loh.
Yeah, so what? Like, you know, just do it, right? Now, about Michelle, really, I think a lot of people, if I notice just now the comments, they're all inspired by you because of what you look like today and who you are, you know, because somebody actually made a lot of comments saying that you're not just a pretty face, but you actually, what you say is very inspiring as well. And I also get inspired and reminded once again that, you know, it's about discipline and perseverance. It's a journey for our, you know, for the rest of our lives, right? So I really want to thank you for your time here today, Michelle. I hope you, especially your mom in Australia, will always be healthy. Right? And may your last bucket list be checked, okay, one day. Maybe not now, but one day.
Thank you. And Grace, you know, before this whole IG live started, I was so nervous. I was nervous and excited at the same time, because who you are, and secondly, you're such an intelligent woman. And I've never had an IG live with such an intelligent woman, so I had to pretend to be intelligent.
Oh, what are you talking about? You're a chemistry major. You're super intelligent.
Don't ask me any questions about that, because I have no idea about anything chemistry. After the exam, I gave all my knowledge back to the lecturer. You can ask me about mascara, I can tell you that.
Oh, I don't know anything about that, so sorry. I will not be able to ask you the question. But yeah, it's so nice to finally talk to you, and I hope that one day, maybe some family event, somehow we'll be able to bump into each other.
Definitely. And for everyone who's curious about family, we are kind of related by marriage. Grace's sister-in-law, Michelle, is my husband's cousin, so we're interrelated somehow.
Yeah, so her name is Michelle, and this is Michelle. So Michelle's my sister-in-law, is cousin-in-law with you, yeah?
Something like that.
Something like that. So distant relative.
Something like that.
Okay, I know you're related, but I think we also related about our journey, our journey together in being fit, right? So hopefully we will always remain fit for the rest of our lives.
Yes, and stay safe and stay healthy to every single person out there who's watching this. And God bless everybody, okay? And
thank you
so much, Grace. Thank
you, everybody.
And
see you next week, okay?
And also, Grace, I'm going to drop hints to your sister.
Okay, yeah, Victoria, please check her out. Okay, bye guys. Thank you, everybody. Be safe.